When Sanford and Son premiered on NBC in 1972, few could have predicted how deeply it would reshape American television. The series introduced audiences to Fred Sanford, a sharp-tongued junk dealer, and his patient, grounded son, Lamont, played by Red Fox and Demon Wilson. What made the show special wasn't just the humor, but the emotional balance between the two characters. Foxx brought explosive, comedic energy, while Wilson provided restraint, warmth, and realism. Their contrast felt authentic, like a real family navigating everyday frustrations with humor and heart. The show quickly became a ratings powerhouse, drawing tens of millions of viewers each week and breaking barriers for black-led sitcoms. To the audience, their chemistry felt effortless and genuine. What viewers didn't see, however, was that behind the laughter was a complex relationship between two very different men, each carrying their own expectations, pressures and vulnerabilities, as success arrived faster than either had anticipated. Early respect and a mentor's support. In the early years of Sanford and Son, the relationship between Red Fox and Demon Wilson appeared warm and supportive. Fox, already an established figure in comedy, recognized Wilson's talent and potential almost immediately. He reportedly advocated for Wilson behind the scenes, encouraging producers to treat him as a true co-lead rather than a background presence. For Wilson, this support mattered. He was still finding his footing in Hollywood, and having a respected veteran in his corner provided confidence and security. Their dynamic often mirrored their on-screen relationship, with Fox acting as a seasoned guide and Wilson as the steady counterpart. Cast and crew recalled moments of genuine camaraderie during those early seasons. It seemed like a partnership built on mutual respect and shared success. At that stage, there was little indication that tension would later overshadow their collaboration. The foundation appeared solid, strengthened by trust, opportunity, and creative momentum. Success, pressure, and growing frustrations. By 1974, Sanford and Son had reached extraordinary levels of success. But that success brought pressure. Red Fox began voicing concerns about his treatment by the network, particularly regarding compensation and working conditions. He felt that his contribution to the show's success was not being fairly acknowledged. These frustrations were not merely financial. To Fox, they symbolized broader issues of recognition and respect in an industry that had often undervalued performers like him. As negotiations stalled, tension quietly grew behind the scenes. Wilson found himself caught in an increasingly uncomfortable position. While he understood Fox's grievances, he was also bound by contractual obligations and still building his own career. The stress of navigating loyalty, professionalism, and personal survival began to strain their relationship. What once felt like a united front slowly became uncertain ground, with misunderstandings replacing open communication and assumptions filling the silence where conversations should have happened. The walkout that changed everything. The situation reached a breaking point in 1974 when Red Fox temporarily walked away from the show during contract negotiations. NBC chose to continue production, writing Fred Sanford out of the storyline for a time. Suddenly, Demon Wilson was thrust into the center of the series, carrying much of its emotional weight. Publicly, Wilson remained respectful and hopeful, expressing optimism that Fox would return. Privately, the situation was far more complicated. Foxx reportedly expected solidarity from Wilson, believing that standing together would strengthen his position with the network. Wilson, however, continued working, honouring his contract and responsibilities. This difference in expectations quietly reshaped their bond. What Foxx saw as a lack of loyalty, Wilson saw as professional survival. Neither perspective was fully expressed between them, allowing resentment to grow unchecked. When Foxx eventually returned after securing a better deal, the show recovered, but the personal damage between the two men remained unresolved, unequal outcomes, and lingering resentment. When Red Fox returned to Sanford and Son, he did so with improved terms, including higher pay and greater creative influence. While the audience celebrated Fred Sanford's return, the shift behind the scenes was unmistakable. Wilson remained under his original contract, earning significantly less, despite being a central figure in nearly every episode. This disparity became a source of quiet frustration. Wilson had carried the show during Fox's absence and remained essential to its success, yet felt overlooked. Compounding this was the belief that Foxx, once his strongest advocate, did not push as firmly for his financial recognition this time. Meanwhile, Foxx reportedly felt that Wilson failed to support him when it mattered most. These unspoken grievances hardened into emotional distance. Conversations became brief, interactions purely professional. The warmth that once defined their partnership gave way to formality. Though the performances remained strong, the relationship behind them had fundamentally changed. A professional finish without personal closure. Despite the growing tension, Sanford and Son continued to deliver strong episodes until its conclusion in 1977. Both actors remained committed to their roles, demonstrating professionalism even as personal distance widened. On screen, Fred and Lamont's chemistry still worked, a testament to their talent and discipline. Off-screen, however, their connection had cooled completely. By the final season, reports suggested that communication between the two leads was minimal and strictly work-related. There were no dramatic confrontations, no public disputes, just a quiet separation. When the series ended, so did their relationship. There were no attempts at reconciliation, no shared appearances, no renewed collaboration. What had begun as a partnership rooted in mutual respect ended in silence. For fans, the ending of the show marked the close of a beloved era. For Foxx and Wilson, it marked the conclusion of a relationship that neither revisited nor repaired in the years that followed. Separate paths after the spotlight. After Sanford and Son, Red Fox returned to stand-up comedy and launched new television projects, remaining outspoken and unapologetic in his style. Demond Wilson, by contrast, began drifting away from Hollywood altogether. Disillusioned by the industry's pressures and personal disappointments, he turned inward. Over time, faith became central to his life. Wilson eventually became an ordained minister, dedicating himself to spiritual teaching and community work. He spoke openly about his belief that stepping away from fame was necessary for his well-being. While Foxx remained a public figure until his death in 1991, Wilson chose a quieter path, avoiding nostalgia-driven reunions and public commentary. Their separation became permanent, defined not by ongoing conflict, but by distance. Two men who once shared television history moved forward in entirely different directions, each shaped by the same experience in profoundly different ways. the funeral absence that sparked questions. When Red Fox passed away suddenly in 1991, fans expected Demond Wilson to attend the funeral. His absence quickly became a source of speculation. Over the years, rumors circulated, often painting the situation in dramatic terms. Wilson later addressed the issue briefly, stating simply that they were not in contact at the time and that his reasons were personal. He offered no public explanation, no accusations, and no emotional statements. To Wilson, the matter was private, not something to be debated publicly. His silence frustrated some fans, but also reflected his broader withdrawal from Hollywood narratives. The absence was not a statement meant to provoke, but a boundary he chose to maintain. While audiences continued to celebrate Fred and Lamont as an inseparable pair, the reality was more complicated. Their connection existed powerfully on screen, but off-screen, it had quietly ended long before that final goodbye. Legacy beyond the rift. Today, the legacy of Sanford and Son stands independent of the personal distance between its stars. Red Fox and Demond Wilson helped create a show that changed television, offering humor layered with humanity and cultural truth. Their partnership, though fractured behind the scenes, produced something lasting and meaningful. Wilson's later life reflected his desire for peace, faith, and purpose beyond fame. Fox's career remained influential, shaping generations of comedians who followed. The unresolved nature of their relationship serves as a reminder that creative success does not guarantee personal harmony. Sometimes, people grow apart, not from hatred, but from unmet expectations and unspoken pain. What remains is the work they left behind, still watched, still loved. Fred and Lamont continue to make audiences laugh, long after the cameras stopped rolling. And perhaps that, more than reconciliation or conflict, is the truest measure of their shared impact.